Today our guests are Human Rights Club coordinator Rasul Jafarov and Musavat Party Youth Committee deputy head Sakhavat Soltanli. Welcome to our studio. Thank you. On the eve of mass protest meetings, the youth activists are arrested under various charges, such as possession of drugs, auto-hooliganism, violating public order, evading military service, and others. What do you think about it? To note, no one has been arrested after the protests. As the Human Rights Club, we condemned all these arrests. We called on the law enforcement agencies to prevent such measures in future. There were very procedural violations during the arrests. The relatives of the defendants were not informed about the arrests. The defendants were not provided with lawyers. Therefore, we believe these arrests were politically motivated. Sakhavat Soltanli was also arrested before the protests, and a few days ago he was released from administrative detention. How were you arrested? Thank you for inviting. So, on March 4, Azerbaijan Popular Front Party youth member Dayanat was arrested. Let's say kidnapped. 2 days later, my and a few other youth activists' houses were watched by uniformed and plainclothes police employees. This process lasted until 8 March, when I was detained in Gobistan settlement while going out of a drugstore. Who did you go there with? With my father. By car? Yes, by car. Who was driving? My father. My father parked the car before the store. I bought some medicines, then wanted to go out. Two plainclothes persons blocked the doorway. I asked to let me out. He delayed the process 2 or 3 minutes. My father phoned to me saying to take the keys from the car, to close it, and move to the market to help him. I put the medicine into the car. Then, when I wanted to close the door, I saw someone was sitting in the rear seats. He ordered me to sit and drive the car. I told him that I didn't know him. But when I saw police near the car, I understood what the matter was. What did they say and how they arrested you? They charged me with auto-hooliganism. They said as if I drove the car directly towards the people. I understood what the actual reason was. And where were you taken to? I was taken to police station 11 in Gobistan settlement of Karada region. In your car? In my father's car. They didn't allow me to inform my father, and they made me sit in the rear seat, and then another plainclothes police officer drove the car, and they took me to the police station in this car. And what happened in the police station? It was a 2-story building. Then they here began to psychologically and morally pressure me. They gave just irrelevant questions. And did they compile a document? A police chief approached me saying that I can make you to beat and insult me and then sentence you to detention. And they compiled the document. As I didn't follow up their provocation, they changed their method. They appealed to traffic police, who half an hour later arrived at the office and charged me with auto-hooliganism. I was sent to court to be tried. And what happened in the court? No, I was taken to Garadag district court where I was tried. What was the name of judge? I have forgotten. My lawyer was Elchin Namazov. Were you provided with a lawyer? There was a set-up lawyer. I declined this lawyer and required to summon my lawyer. Why? Why do you consider he was a set-up lawyer? His wearings made me think so. He was drunk. What was the court decision? I was sent to 5 days of administrative detention, and I was deprived of driving right for a year, which I didn't have. Do you have a driving license? No. I never drove a car, and I do not have any driving license. And did you tell the judge about it during the hearing? I told, the decision was prepared in advance, just before the hearing, and they didn't know that I don't have a driving license. As a lawyer, how do you assess this procedure? There was a violation regarding the persons being provided with a lawyer. The legislation clearly sets out that the defendant must be provided with a lawyer based on his will. He should have been provided with a lawyer and build his defense. And how do you assess the fact that persons are persecuted, followed, watched without any court decision? Besides, his relatives also should have been informed about the arrest, I must say. And the police could do it. They had enough opportunities to inform his father, who was in the store. But they did not do it, and neither did they allow the activists to inform his father. And also, a person can only be followed under a court decision, but this situation proved the opposite. Therefore, we can easily suggest that this arrest was politically motivated. He says that he has no driving license, alright. How can he be deprived of it if he has no license? It's not the first affair of its kind, and therefore the judge who made the sentence should be brought into responsibility. Thank you for coming to our studio. Today our guests were Human Rights Club Coordinator Rasul Jafarov and Musavat Party Youth Committee Deputy Head Sakhavat Soltanli.